"You've been broken into," the policeman confirmed. "Sure as shooting." "I know," Saul acknowledged sourly. He had an ice pack in each hand, one held to his nose, the other pressed against the back of his neck. His voice sounded as if he had a cold, and every time he moved his head, a furry headache rolled around inside it. The officer, who had introduced himself as Carling, had made a cursory examination of the door, the window, and the overturned room before delivering his verdict. He did all the talking in an official, monotonous manner as his partner gazed out of the window. "Anything missing?" he asked, his erasable notepad out. "Not that I can see," Saul looked around. "I think I scared them off. Look, aren't there tests you're supposed to do? Fingerprints and stuff." "Nah, they'll have been wearing gloves." Carling shook his head. "We get called out to break-ins like this every day. Nothing to look for." Saul scowled. "Thanks for dropping by anyway." "Not sure I like your tone, son." "Sorry, officer, I'm 16. It's the only tone I've got." Carling chuckled dryly. "Wife and I used to live in a place like this. Had a window just like that one," he mused. "Got broke into 5 times. 5 times! And me an officer of the law. We moved out, got an internal flat, no windows. Haven't been broken into since. Place isn't as nice, no natural light or nothing, but it's safer, you know what I mean?" Saul stared at him over the ice pack. "So what you're saying is, if we moved to a worse flat, if we didn't have any windows at all, it'd be harder to break into. You've got to have security, son," Carling told him. "By that reckoning then, if we didn't have any doors into the flat either, we'd be completely safe. That's being a bit extreme, son. We had to wait 4 years to move to a place with a window. We kind of like it." Saul took the pack away from the back of his neck and looked at it. There was a little bit of blood on the cloth. "That bent out of shape?" Carling nodded towards Saul's broken nose. "I think it's just the cartilage," Saul muttered. "I'll have my coach look at it tomorrow. He sees these a lot." "You should think about personal protection then. The wife and I have a selection of personal protection measures aside from our regulation weapons. She favours pepper spray. Not that I can officially recommend it, you understand, but it's not illegal. You know what I mean?" Saul was going to point out that he was a pretty handy boxer, but then remembered that he had been floored without getting in a single blow. So much for all his training. He stayed quiet. "Other things I can't recommend," Carling continued, "would include knuckle dusters, koshes, small, easily concealed knives, a bag of ball bearings, or even that timeless classic, the rock in the sock. I must urge you not to resort to any of these measures, but if you have to, there's a good range to be had at reasonable prices down on Buccaneer Street. Don't go there after dark." "I'll be fine as I am, thanks," Saul reassured him. His father had firm ideas about weapons. Like most boys his age, Saul had gone through a stage of playing with knives. Gregor had taken one of the blades and cut up his favourite Muhammad Ali poster with it. Saul didn't want to think about what he'd do with pepper spray or a rock in a sock. "I think we're done here, Jim," Carling said to his partner. Then looking one last time at Saul, "Stay safe, son. There are some real nut jobs out there." "Yes, sir."